Oh, wait a second. I'm just going to go and make myself a coffee. We've just been on a nice 40-minute walk. I feel re-energized, happy, but also rather annoyed. Very annoyed. But annoyed in a good way. And a bit of a bad one. What Mulhern did the other day carries a 10-year prison sentence. He threatened me with a machete. Have the police gone round to their door? No. Has he had 48 hours to come here and make an attempt? Yes, he has. He's still walking free right now, along with Ashley, along with the rest of them. Where's my protection, eh? Where is it? My life is worth nothing to them. It's worth nothing to the police. My complaints aren't even worth the bloody memory in their computer banks. I can call somebody two sore assholes and I'll get called into the police station. And then they threaten me with a machete and they can walk free. That's brilliant, isn't it? But it carries a 10-year sentence. And with Ashley as well, impersonating a police officer, that's a 7-year sentence. Malicious communication, then you've got everything else on top of that they've been doing. Do the police give a fuck? No, they don't. Why? They're incompetent bastards. That's why. They're incompetent, low-life scum. And I really do believe the police are now scum. They're meant to be protecting my bloody life, apparently. That's what it says in their oath. What have they done? The base end of fuck all yet again. But that's all right. I'm going to get the case on them. They've ignored me. They've allowed me to get threatened and they've done nothing at all about it. But threatened time and time and time and time and time again. But oh no, they're more interested in seeing what I'm doing in my back garden, imaginary things that I'm doing in my back garden, or imaginary things that I've said and stated. Or twisting what I've said and making false reports and just getting a clippet of what I've said without listening to the precursor or the after. Well, that's how basely stupid the police are. All right? That's how stupid they are. Do I trust the police? No. Do I trust the police to get anything done? No. Are they a bunch of wankers? Yes. Do I care if any of them die? No. I now officially hate the police. That's coming from a former one of their number. I think it's an amazing turnaround in one's life, to be honest with you. Hating the uniform that you used to wear. Now that is something else, isn't it? Hating the people that wear them. Because they're a bunch of incompetent idiots. They can't think. They've got no... They need to be told what to do. Babysat. Right, you go over here and you go over here and you deal with that and you deal with that. And they'll just go and deal with it with sheer incompetence every single bloody time. So since this machete threat, yeah, Coventry, 2 hours away. So they've left me vulnerable, or, well, they haven't left me vulnerable. Well, they've left me vulnerable to an attack for almost 48 hours now. I was a special constable, mate. Yes, I was. Yes, I have arrested people. I got kicked out for hitting a burglar. Never mind. Onwards and upwards. It's probably the best thing that was ever happened to me, because obviously I was going to, join. I'm glad I didn't. I'm glad I you know what? I'm glad I didn't join the greater county of the brainwashed and the stupid. The yes sirs, no sirs, 3 bags full sirs. No, sometimes I think they ought to take the few leaves out of the Indian police's book, you know what I mean? Apart from the bribery and the corruption. Although I expect that's going on as well. It does go on, doesn't it? It goes on. You know, the officers that are charged with misconduct charges, fraud charges, you know what I mean? It's sort of like, it's sick. It's sick. So yeah, I mean, you know, they've left me vulnerable to attack now for, you know, the last 24 hours, and this is the second day. No, not good on me. I was stupid. I was misguided and I was wrong. I should never have put that uniform on. Because that would have just made, that would have just turned me into, a CUNT. Because I believe that all police officers are CUNTs. I fucking despise them. I do. Follow a... Do you know what? I've made complaints. I haven't had nothing off of them. Nothing at all. I've made complaints against officers. I've had no feedback, no fuck all. Yeah? They're just not fucking interested. You know? They're not interested. Simple. Hang on. You know, so they're leaving me vulnerable to attack. Alright? And they want me to calm down. How does that work? Like I told you, it ain't as if I couldn't withstand and overcome an attack, but they're going to be putting me into a position which I'm going to have to put somebody else, them in danger. Well, not them in danger, but the idiots that come up to my door, they're going to be in severe, horrible danger. They're in mortal danger. And I've fucking told the police that. But oh no, they won't act. They will not act. I think they want me to commit an offence at my door. You know. I think they're almost willing me to do something. But I'm not going to do anything. I'm not going to go to any of their fucking shitty houses. Okay, mine isn't decorated, but I mean, it's all right. It's a nice place. I'm happy here. That's all that counts. Yeah, so I mean, it's just incompetence after incompetence, you know? You report somebody for impersonating a police officer, it's like, oh, well then. You report the fact that they're plagiarising or they're taking people's kids and grandkids' faces and images, and they're putting them onto sort of like sickening photographs, sickening images. Not sexually sickening, but sickening images, yeah? They've ignored it. They've been making malicious phone calls, threats. for over 3 years now. What have the police done? Nothing. Nothing at all. Done nothing at all. And that day saw CUNT, right, that attended on Christmas Day, yeah, as far as I'm aware, he's a paedophile protector as far as I'm concerned. He was protecting that paedophile that day. He was enabling a paedophile to continue with his sick cat. So, I mean, I would label him as bad as them. You know what I mean? Perhaps that one had a few reservations, you know what I mean, about arresting him because he has those feelings himself. I don't know. I don't know the man's mind. But why he wasn't arrested that day on Christmas Day, I don't know. And you know, that confidence just totally destroyed it. I've been threatened with a machete. It's been done about it. They've got time to get down here and attack. Yeah? Yeah, they still... And they protect the public. They serve and protect. Fucking joke. What a joke. They are. They're the sick society. Sitting on the bench, isolated. Oh, I want to wait till the sun goes down. Oh no, we saw you sat here 40 minutes ago. You're only allowed out for exercise. She goes on mentally exercising by watching the sun go down. They weren't having it. Outside by yourself, sat on a bench. Nobody around you, no fuck all. Just do the sunset and that. Yeah, they harass this woman. Because this is how backward these silly bastards are. Then, the other day, when the police come round and recorded the video of Mulhern getting the machete out, yeah, they asked me a question, and I thought they were taking the piss. I really did. Only then was I asked the question, have you been suffering from COVID-19 systems? They didn't seem to give a fuck when they were sending officers round to my bloody house, though, could they, without PPE on? For fuck's sake. Jesus wept. Honestly. One of my favourite phrases is common sense is not common, and it's bloody true. It's true, isn't it? No, I'm not cooking. I'm not hungry. Didn't cook last night. Didn't cook well. I did try and cook the night before, but I didn't eat. Well, no, I had 2 eggs, and I forced down 2 sausages, and then later on in the day, I had in the evening about 11 o'clock, I had a packet of crisps. That's what I've had in 2 days, really. I'm not particularly hungry now. I'm stressed. That's why I'm stressed to the fact that, you know, these bastards aren't going to do anything about this. They're going to just walk free. I swear they must be police informers or something, because you can't get away with abusing people for 3 years and for the police not to do a bloody thing about it. I reckon that, you know what, I'm not going to come up with, you know, wild conspiracy theories, but you've got to ask yourself a question. Yeah? What if these people were planted, yeah, to make a mess of the hunting community, to make the hunting community look like fools, and to get hunting stopped? Because if you remember Jim Gamble, yeah, the head of CEOPS, stating that he's totally against paedophile hunters and then why wouldn't they then send agents in to upset the apple cart? Would they be sending bad teams out there to do a bad job? Yeah, to discredit. Now that's the other thing. You know, it goes a lot deeper, doesn't it? Because when you take a look at Swampy and the Newbury bypass and the infiltration by the police, where the police were having sexual relationships with the protesters and da 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 da, da, which is basically rape, because you're not saying who you really are, if you know what I mean. You're presenting yourself as somebody else. So they think they're having sex with this radical, you know, hippie, you know, whatever, you know, the type of people that they go for, when in fact he's got a warrant card, he's got a wife, and he's got kids. Yeah. So yeah, the incompetents have done nothing about them. And they've left me here in a vulnerable position, not expecting, you know, potentially expecting an attack. You know? So yeah, I am up on my haunches and I'm ready, you know, for anything. And my anything ain't your anything. My anything is everything. So yeah, you know, I mean, I think it's particularly hard to eat when you're expecting a machete attack, to be honest with you, dude. You know what I mean? Well, yeah, I think that might be their plan, you know, to discredit the entire community by sending some idiots in. Yeah, to frig it all up. I wouldn't run it past them. I wouldn't run it past them, because, you see, the thing is, they've been behaving like this for years. And not one of them have been pulled up. I want to know why. He's fine. He's just been out for a lovely 40-minute walk. He did a poo. He did a couple of poos and sniffed a few lampposts and a few bits of grass. And tomorrow's going to be a little bit... I'm going to wait for it to get a little less... I mean, I know I walk up there in the autumn, but... I walk up there in the autumn and the winter more than I do in the summer, because it's less crowded up there. There's less people, so I can let him go. Muzzle on, obviously. Because you don't trust £400 worth of bike pressure, right? loose off the lead. When he's, yeah. When he doesn't really like people. Interview. It's like, Hachiko, you know, what you like as a dog? Well, I don't really like people much. You're like, alright, you can do it then. Dogs? Yeah, I'm alright with dogs. Yeah, as long as they don't bark at me. Oh, alright then, fine. You know what I mean? What about kids? Do you like kids? Oh, I don't mind kids. It's, you know, they're small, they're not threatening. You know, he loves kids, funnily enough. He's quite friendly with them. There's adults, and he likes bunny rabbits and pussycats and badgers. He's given a badger a wash. So yeah, I keep that safely in its, you know, cage when I take him out. Apart from night time now, when I don't put the muzzle on. Because then he will get involved in the attack if I'm attacked. So, you know, if it's here, then he stays inside, like, you know. But if it's out there and I'm about to get attacked, it's like self-defense, isn't it? Right. Not that I'd ever want him to go, you know, bite anybody. That's the last thing I want. You know, I'm trying to train him out of, you know, he's a lot calmer than when I first had him anyway. You know, because he really didn't like people. He tolerates people now a little bit more. So, you know, that's something. But if anybody tries to slug approach him and he doesn't know them, he starts going nuts. It's one of the few times you do hear him snap and bark, and he's snarling and he's snapping. He really is. I don't like seeing that in the lad, you know what I mean? But that's him. Something must have happened to him when he was a pup, that's all. I'm just trying to train him out of all of those ways, but he's a lot calmer now, and he's really cuddly. He's always been really cuddly. But yeah, we'll go off for another walk east this afternoon, and then another one this evening. See, I don't always record my walks. I was actually on the phone to somebody else. He shall remain nameless. But we had a good chat, and we can have a nice, I don't know, have a nice time. But yeah, tomorrow I'm going to take him up there. There's only a 10% chance of rain, I think. And I think we're clearing up now, beginning to anyway. Winds dropped considerably. I mean, it's still quite breezy, but it's a lot less considerable than what it was. Yeah, so this is what the police have done to me. They've left me in a vulnerable position, expecting a machete attack. That's very, very nice. Don't you think that's noble of them to do that? I think it's really noble of them to do that. Fucking wank stains they are. Honestly, I fucking hate the police. I really do. I hate the bastards. What a 180-degree turn that is, isn't it? How long's that taken? Well, 2015 when I made my complaint about my abuse. Yeah, and they let me down then. Badly, really badly. I've explained that story before. Yeah, that really rocked my confidence in them. Then Christmas Day, stinging that paedophile. Wouldn't arrest him. After walking 12 and a half bloody miles almost to get him. And 12 and a half miles. Yeah, I did 25 miles that day. On foot. And yeah, refused to arrest him. Almost giving the excuse, what are you doing this for? It's Christmas Day. It's like, well, I'm doing this because I'm by myself, and this is what position that child abusers put their victims into. That's why I stung them on Christmas Day. I'm smiling, mate. I'm smiling. I'm smiling at their incompetence. I'm smiling at the fact that that I can get done or interviewed for calling somebody two sore assholes. Yeah, right. There they are wandering around, and they can threaten people with machetes, pretend to be police officers, they can threaten people online, they can do this, they can do that. They're getting away with every bloody thing that they can get away with. They're making people self-harm. Like I said, yeah, I'm almost convinced, I'm almost positive they've caused death. Yeah, but that's for the police to take a look into. Yeah, and what have the police done? Well, any single one of my complaints, they've ignored them. So yeah, I'm smiling at their incompetence, mate. Yeah, I mean, I'm giggling here. You know, that's not saying that I'm not on my haunches and ready for an attack now, because they're not giving me any other option. They're not putting they're not even putting my head at rest. They're dealing with it. They're not. They're not dealing with it, are they? It's quite obviously they're not dealing with it. Oh, hi there, I'm reporting this chat group that are abusing children online. Is there any possibility that you could, you know, sort of take a look at these individuals, get their devices off them and see what they're doing, please? Oh, no. Oh, no. You can't do that, but when these same dickheads turn around and say that I've got child sexual abuse images on my fucking phone, yeah, and then they come round like the bloody cavalry... about to key my door in with a bloody great big red door key. You know what I mean? It's like, thanks. Thanks for that. Thanks, Avon and Somerset Police. You know what, right? I was expecting a Gloucestershire police officer. And you know what, I told those officers the other day, I told them how useless I think they are. And I've absolutely lost all respect for them. Yeah, mate. Yeah, mate. They do deserve to go on the special wing, I think. For what they've been saying about raping children and sexually abusing children and all sorts of disgusting things that they talk about doing with children. And the police sit back and they go, oh well. Saying it isn't doing it, is it? I mean, is that their excuse? Saying it isn't doing it. So even although that's probably what they're going to do about Mulhern, actually. Yeah, they probably say, well, he said it, but obviously he isn't going to do it, is he? That's probably going to be the excuse that I get. Joss stick. I love joss sticks. Oh, yeah. Ashley would enjoy that. I know Richie would. For him, it'll be like a busman's holiday, won't it? You'll probably get into prison and you go, oh man! Not that I've got gay mates. You know, I gay people are saying I've gone to gay clubs. Why? Because you could usually pick up a woman in there like mine, and with a face like mine. You know what I mean? So we're all good there, like, you know. So it ain't as if I've got anything against gay people. I certainly don't. You know, but what I do have a problem with is with nasty people, nasty, sick, twisted, horrible people. Now we know the source of Wayne's consternation, yeah, and why he's so sick and twisted and bitter is because, unfortunately, and I wouldn't wish this on my worst enemy, to be perfectly honest with you, right? And I do feel sorry. You know what? There is this sort of modicum of pity I have for the guy, that he suffers from this terrible condition called HIV. Yeah, I sympathise with that, but that doesn't mean I don't sympathise with the way he's acting and the way he's playing up and the way he goes around thinking he can threaten people and threaten to come to my door. Cool, that would be the last thing he'd ever do. Whilst walking. Like I said, I'm not going to that idiot's house. I'm not going to any of their bloody houses. They're not worth the petrol. They're not worth the time. They're not worth right, me getting into trouble for, which is why I'm not going to do any of that. You know? And you ought to thank your lucky stars that I'm not doing that either. You know what I mean? It's like I've made no threats. And, you know, I've got loads of witnesses here. I've not made one threat against them at all. Not one. They've taken little snippets out of what I've said and they've presented it to the police as if I've made a threat, because there's been a few choice words within these sentences that maybe suggest that I am threatening them, but I wasn't. Because they didn't even mention the precursor, you know. Now, I'm not going to do this, but, yeah, if I did, yeah, no, they just concentrate on what, yeah, come out of my mouth after I'd said that. That was the basis of the interview that I had. Yeah, with the police. Yeah. They got brilliant dress sense, brilliant sense of humour. And freaking, you know, I mean, you know. You know, the pub that I go to, you know, gay people go into it, straight people, you know what I mean? It's one bohemian place, the pub that I go to. And it's the only pub that I was ever really feel safe going into after the allegations that have been made. Well, the false report on the fake UK database website. I'm even sort of I'm still reticent now because of that report about even going into the city centre. Because when I went and did my shopping in Morrison's, right, a couple of weeks ago, I got talking to a security guard, and I said, "Oh, I said, I started talking about my dog." Yeah. He goes, "Oh, yeah, perhaps you ought to, come down so I can see him." I said, "Yeah." I said, "He's beautiful, I said, "I'll bring him down." I said, "I promise." So I brought him down. I was there talking, and he's, "Oh, isn't he lovely?" And yeah, and all that, like people do, they gush. Yeah. And he said, "Oh," she goes, "I hope you don't mind me asking you something." I said, "No." I said, "Fire away." He said, "Well, I saw this report that you'd been grooming a 15-year-old girl, yeah, and you'd been sexually abusing your dog." Now, that's the local bloody supermarket. That is 5 minutes walk away. No, it ain't funny, Kevin. It ain't funny because she could have believed that report. She could have believed that report that I was a paedophile on that fake UK database website, and she's turned round to me and she goes, I said, "No," I said, "I'm a paedophile hunter," and then I showed her a bit of my sting. Yeah? She's like, "Oh, right." I said, "Yeah," I said, "They're trolls. They're trolls. Oh, right, yeah. They do anyway, yeah. Right, sorry, Kev. Yeah, so when you think of it, right, I am 5 minutes on foot away from my door. And I've had a security guard in my local shop ask me whether I'm guilty of paedophilia or grooming kids. Now that's mad, isn't it? That is mad when that happens. Yeah, what have the police done about it? Do you know what? They've done the base end of fuck all again. Just on form they are, aren't they? They're banging on form, these bastards. Then you've got the PCSOs, which are the biggest waste of time and money that I've ever seen in my bloody life. They're sticking people out there in uniform with the same arrest powers that I have. They don't have. I don't think they carry handcuffs. I'm not sure, but I'm sure they don't. I haven't seen any. I'm going to take a look next time. See if they're wearing handcuffs or they don't carry a nightstick. They've got no form of defence, from what I can see. All they can do is get on the radio. "Oh, it's kicking off down here. There's two people sort of smashing the hell out of each other." I was like, "Oh, all right, then just hang tight there. We'll be there in 5 minutes." I thought, "Yeah, all right." And that was all to save the government money on pensions and shit for the police force. It's like, what? You're throwing all this money away, right, to people that are ineffective. I mean, I can't see the use of a PCSO. I can't. When they could make these people officers, give them a fair whack for wearing a uniform out in public and not treat them as second rate. Give them a bloody uniform. Train them up. Give them a pension, for God's sakes. But no. How's it hanging? Hiya, Damien, alright, mate? Yeah, so basically, Avon and Somerset Police and police, police forces in England and Wales, yeah, have given a 48-hour opportunity for me to suffer a machete attack. That's amazing, isn't it? When you think about it like that. That's absolutely amazing to think that they've just totally ignored it. Don't you think? Don't you find? I think it's funny. I really do think it's funny. I mean, you can either laugh about it or you can cry about it. And I just thought, you know what, this is just, this is a comedy of errors if I've ever seen one. I haven't read that actually, a comedy of errors. I must read that. But yeah, you know, there we are. The Great British Police Force leaving somebody wide open to a machete attack for 48 hours. Isn't that just absolutely... You know what? You know, that is exactly the way that the police have treated me and my complaint, with absolute abandonment. Made the initial report, I was accused of being a member of the group. Oh, we're not doing anything because you're a member of the group. That officer, I want her warrant card. I want her warrant card. I want her sacked. This Chloe, who's investigating, or apparently investigating these child abuse images, yeah, told me that he's looking into TC2 from the call on 101 the other day, and what I was saying to those police officers, they've done the base end of sod all looking into that. So that officer's lied to me. If she has lied to me, I want her warrant card off of her as well. You know? Yeah, it's double standards, mate. Double bloody standards. That's what it is. I might revive my complaint about Bentley about making a false allegation. Idiot. Whether they act or not, I don't know. But basically, he's just wasted. Well, he's very happily spent 260 quid's worth of my bloody money on lost services and God knows what. He's just sitting back getting away with it. Fuck him. I hope he honestly, if he is studying to make a solicitor, right, don't employ that bloke. Yeah? You leave him to prosecute anything, he's gonna fuck it up. And a solicitor not knowing Latin. I mean, I'm not an expert, yeah? So I've never really sort of, you know, considered going into study law. I mean, I could do it, I suppose, if I really wanted to, or I don't. Well, not to the degrees that a solicitor needs to, yeah? But I'm absolutely sure you'd need to know a little bit of Latin. Have I got my phone back from the police? You're killing me, Claire, you're killing me. Oh, have I got the phone back? Have I got my stuff back from the police? No, I haven't, mate. I haven't. No. I haven't. There I am. Beginning of April, I reported torture chamber 2 to the police. When I started trying to open up torture chamber 2 and tell and explain people what they were actually doing in there, they started attacking me. Because they were attacking me anyway. They were adding me into this sick chat group and I kept declining and leaving and having nothing to do with it. Yeah, but they kept on doing it. They keep on sending me messages and da. Yeah? No, naming the latest group, the latest chat group, his dog shits in the kitchen. On about my dog shitting in the kitchen. There ain't a piece of dog shit in that back garden. There ain't a piece of dog shit in this house. His dog shit ends up in the bins outside, you know, bins around here. That's where his dog shit ends up. And sometimes in my bin, if he's gone up the hill. Because even although that's wilderness, they'll still pick me shit up. Not my shit, his shit. So I wouldn't shit in the wild. Not unless there was a door. a door and a lock. Defecation, ooh, defecation, ooh, defecation. That's what I mean. If you want to be the best and you want to do the best, hey, defecation's what you need. I tell you what, yeah, this fecal matter that keeps on coming to my door and harassing me, I mean the police, you know, being used as tools for my harassment, you know, by these individuals. And the police is just looking at me as if I'm blank. It's like, I don't know what I'm on about. Incompetence, sheer incompetence, unprofessional. I haven't taken a single one of my complaints seriously, not even this one. And this one carries a 10-year prison sentence. Threatening to kill somebody, that's 10 years. And waving the machete about, you know what I mean? There's a case right there. But they're not going to do anything, so they're not taking me seriously. So, you know, I think they've done a good enough job to discredit me, that lot, to the police, so they're not taking anything that I say seriously. All right, Claire. Well, good luck with your book, darling. All right? Yeah? Yeah, one of my uncles, he's a published author. I'm not going to obviously give you his name. One of my old school friends, he's written a children's book. It's weird seeing all your old schoolmates with families. It's quite a, you know, if you remember the past that they were when they were kids. So yeah, it's just something I haven't got quite adjusted to yet. Even though I'm a parent myself, it's like, they're probably thinking, what the fuck were you doing, Gandhi? That was my nickname at school, Gandhi. Well, I'm going to keep on smiling. I'm going to keep on absolutely look at amazement at the police force and just think, what the flying fucking hell do you think you're doing? You know, as far as protecting me goes, and my complaint has run, then they've done nothing. Nothing at all. They owe me nothing. Here. That's bloody boss, isn't it? Why did that come out with my... I don't know. Didn't even like them. Yeah, they've done nothing at all. And they won't do anything either. So, I mean, Mulhern's got away with it. Cuba's going to get away with it. Ashley's going to get away with it. Do you know what? They're going to get away with it until they kill somebody else. Or, you know, if they have killed the first person, which I'm pretty bloody sure that they have. But, you know, I don't think that, you know, they're going to get stopped until somebody actually dies and it can get proven. No, there isn't, is there? There isn't at all. I might have to make a group up then. All right? Actually, I'll do that. I'll do that this afternoon. I'll invite it to friends only. So we can't get disturbed. Oh no, or should I do it? But I'll discuss it with you in a moment, yeah. That's all. Alright. Or we can go on to the actual truth. We could probably ask the admin there. Whoever it is. Whether we can hoppity hoppity on and skippity dippity do. But yeah, you know, the great British police force. Shielding people from machete attacks since 2025. When will they get it? When will these incompetent bastards actually get to do their jobs, eh? When will they do that? I don't know. I can't say. But yeah, we'll just carry on letting the joke of a police force. We'll let them carry on abusing me, abusing Joe, abusing Pete. We'll carry on letting them waste their time through their machinations. Yeah, their false reports and their machinations. We'll also, honestly, I reckon we ought to let them carry on until they actually kill somebody. Does that sound good to you? Is that acceptable for you lot? You're right, Damien. You're right. You're right. You are right. But they've, you know, first of all, I've got CPTSD, so I don't react well to being attacked. All right, that's one thing. You know, they have got a marker on this address because obviously of James Bentley and Kevin Ashley that reported me for having sexual abuse images on my phone. Ashley then withdrawing that statement. So he makes false accusations about somebody, then he withdraws them. And then there's nothing done about him. I mean, that's another thing that he's just got away with totally. Isn't it? Yeah, I know it is. I know, but I mean, they're not taking it seriously, mate. They're not if they were taking it seriously, if they took that seriously in any shape or form, when somebody's threatening somebody with a machete, then they should have been round to that house immediately. But nah, they don't want to do that. I think they'd rather wait until they attack the house. When it's too late. Not for me, for the poor bastard that thought he was clever enough to come and attack me with a machete and then ends up wearing it. I mean, that's a pretty stupid move. You know, that is a stupid move. Because if I got rid of, when I get hold of that machete, I will hack the absolute shit out of you. If you come to my door with a machete, it is going to get used on you. Okay, that's the warning. Like I said, I'm not going to go to your doors. I'm not going to attack your houses. I'm not going to attack your children. And I'm not going to reveal your addresses until the fact that you are found guilty of these offences. And I am going to put every bit of information online about you lot, all right? Into your local areas so they can see what sick individuals you are. And then you can go around your towns and cities without having to have eyes in the back of your bloody heads. I am positive. I'm positive. I'm positive that they're not going to do anything. I'm positive that they're going to get away with it. I'm positive, yeah, that they don't give a flying fuck about my life or whether I get attacked with a machete or not. It's patently obvious, isn't it? 48 hours, nothing's done. Coventry, about 2 hours away from it. Actually, I can't Google map that at the moment. 2 hours away, so they've got plenty of time. They've had plenty of time, and they're letting them have more time where they could potentially come down and try that. What have they done? Nothing. So their oath to protect life, where's that gone? Where's it gone to any one of these complaints? Where did it go with Joanne's brick through the window? They're meant to be protecting life and property. Yeah, what have they put that down to? Criminal damage. Even though she's had all these reports and all these threats from these individuals, she gets a brick through the window. This is what I mean. This is what I mean. They're not willing to investigate anything. They just, oh, well, that's criminal damage. That's another crime that we've solved then, isn't it? Fucking idiots. Putting it down to random criminal damage. They can't be asked to investigate. I mean, that is incompetence beyond the pale. They've left me vulnerable here for 2 days now. Since those threats, coming up to 2 days, 48 hours now. Yeah, where they could have had the potential to come here and attack me. What's been done about it? Nothing. So that means they're not going to do anything about it at all, because they don't give a flying fuck about it, that's why. But there we go. I mean, guys, just, I'm talking to this sick lot, just carry on abusing people. Why don't you, I mean, why don't you just get to the goal that you really want to get to and, end up actually killing somebody else, eh? Perhaps that would make you happier. Perhaps then you might stop because you've got your goal, if you know what I mean. So, I'm thinking positive. I positively know they're not going to do anything. I positively know that they're fucking assholes. I positively know they're useless. I know they're incompetent. I know they're fucking stupid, right? I know I hate them. That's positive. That's positive. I positively hate the police. I positively hate Ashley Mulhern. I positively hate them too. But there we go. Their oaths in court do not mean, they're not worth a wank. That oath you take in court, because those police are not upholding that oath. So at the very least, those police officers are guilty of perjury. Because you're sworn in on a magistrate's court, you've got to put your hand on your holy book, right? You know what I mean? If you're Buddhist, you know what I mean? You're Muslim, you know what I mean? Christian, you know what I mean? You make the oath. Or Hindu, or, you do it. But their level of incompetence is stunning. These officers that have dealt with me have perjured themselves in a court of law. Because they haven't upheld the oath that they made in court. What do you think? Protecting life, my ass. If they were protecting life, if they were protecting people, they would have done something about this a long, long time ago. But then, mind you, a lot of paedophile hunters were fully aware of this going on. Yeah? You're guilty in your silence. You're guilty for letting them get away with it. You're guilty about knowing about it but doing absolutely sod all about it. That's what you're guilty of. You're guilty of ignorance. So all that matters to you is your next thing. Not that real children around you, right under your noses, are getting abused by these sick bastards. You won't do anything about it. Well done. I'm so proud of you. I'm so proud of this bloody community. I ain't no part of that shitty thing anymore. And I ain't sharing a single sting until this virus is cleared. So I think they're all basically irresponsible. Every single man, Jack, one of them that go out and sting at the moment, I think you're irresponsible, to be perfectly honest. But that's my view. I'm entitled to my opinion. So that's why I'm not sharing it. And that's why, yeah, that's another thing that has really got to me. Because they just think, you know, some of these teams are so stupid, yeah, that they think the virus has just magically disappeared. In fact, I was listening to the radio, they were mentioning, yeah, that it's posing a risk. Paedophile hunting groups are raising the risk of spreading the virus by doing what they're doing. It was on the radio, it was on BBC 4 Extra. Because I had to listen to the radio. It's been quite informative, actually. I'm enjoying a couple of the radio stations now, funnily enough. So it has brought some benefits to me. Not having these devices. You know, you go out, you're all from different households, you all jump into a car, you all drive off somewhere, one of you could have it, you got your air conditioning on, yeah, you go home, oh, perhaps now it's time to go and see Grandad and Granny, because we can do that now, because we can go to a different house. You go in, one of you's got it, bang, there goes Granny. You're burying Granny next week. You know what I mean? Brilliant. Well done. And then even when they were going out during lockdown and they were called, the police were called, they weren't even cautioned. But they went round everybody and asking them their individual addresses. They should have been fined. Yeah, the nonce should have been arrested, but they should have been fined for breaking lockdown rules. Simple. That's my view on it. I think I'm right. Would I sting a paedophile at the moment? No, I wouldn't. Why? If I had COVID and I had to grab hold of him and I gave it to him and he went home to his kids and his wife or his, you know, his family, and then he passed that on to them and one of them died, then that would be on my head, wouldn't it? That would be on my fucking head, that would be. So that's why I ain't stinging until there's a vaccine, until we're bloody clear, until this, thing is clear. So then I'm no longer a potential health risk to anybody else. But then I'm a considerate person. I'm not in this for the bloody glory. I'm in it for the righteousness of it. And doing the right thing. And not chasing glory. And not wanting to sting 100 paedophiles a week. Doing a good job, diligent job, slow job. Yeah? All of those things. That's what I want to do. Take me time. You know, I start decoying, what will I do? I'll hand it over to the police, simple. I ain't passing it on to any other teams. You know, I work with one Welsh team. I think they know who they are. You know, when stings resume, but when I consider them safe too, which is when the pandemic's over. Or the virus is weakened. Then I think that's a responsible time to go out and do it. But as for now, because the death rate is stabilised, but come October, November, we're going to see numbers start cropping up again. Just like it did in 1918. You know, I don't think we're going to be clear until next June or July. So we've got another 11 months of these restrictions at least. Yeah, unless they come up with something really bloody, a lot quicker than that, which they might do. But isn't it fantastic how they can rush this through clinical trials when it's got to do with the economy, but they can't rush life-saving treatments in any other field and get them franked up and yeah, law enforcement. Yeah, you're right. It's just law enforcement. You don't see police officers walking around here. You see PCSOs, but you don't see them sort of going along, chatting with people, being nice, being friendly. How are you helping old women across the road, helping people with their shopping? You know what I mean? That's what you ought to be doing, interacting. But no, they just sit in their cars, drive to a destination, get out, go in, see them, get back in their cars, drive somewhere else, go out. Yeah. The only time when they ever put foot patrols down is when a stabbing or something bad's happened in the area, it seems. But then community beat officers were quite a low resource when I was there. I'm talking 28 years ago. 28 years ago, yeah. So yeah, you don't see that. You just see plastic policemen with the same arrest powers as I do, wandering around in uniform and not getting paid what they deserve, and given the equipment that they deserve, or the hat that they deserve, or the shoes, or the uniform, and get equal pay. I mean, they're still out in the public. People can still go out and bloody abuse them and hit them and do all of that, but they just got no power to stop it because they've got no power of arrest. Apart from that is obviously civilian arrest. So like I said, that's the problem. They don't listen. They only hear what they want to hear. They only see what they want to see. And if it seems too difficult or too troublesome, they don't want to do anything at all because, investigating something, who'd want to do a crazy thing like that? You'd want to do something so scantily and basely irresponsible to go out and actually want to investigate something? I don't know. Yeah, I know, but there's other ways to do it, mate. All you got to do is call the police. Say, right, this nonce lives here. Here's the chat logs. Yeah? They'll get dealt with. I know that because the first conviction I had, that's what I had to do because I couldn't find him. Strangely, nobody else had him. I wonder how that happened. Funny, isn't it? My target in Ham Green, nobody else had him. Where did I catch him? Yeah? On an app other decoys use. Yeah? Nobody came forward with that one, did they? Because why? Because it's me, that's why. I put up an APB on that first conviction that I had. 9 months suspended, 5 years and 10 years SHPO and SOR, yeah? No bugger, strangely and weirdly had him either. Isn't that strange after I put an APB out on him? Nobody come forward and say, oh yeah, I got him. It's like, how? I'm not using any different apps than these other decoys are. So I find it quite strange that nobody come forward about those two. Never mind. Onwards and upwards. Like I said, I'm no longer a member of that community. I want out. That doesn't mean I'm going to stop hunting. It just means I don't want any part of that community anymore. Because it's sick. It's riven with self-centered, self-promoting people. That's more concerned about their team's name than what they're actually doing. And they think the repetition of doing it somehow makes them greater on pretty short catalogues a lot of the time. I mean, there are no figures about conviction rates or stings versus conviction rates and anything like that. None of that information comes out. You get some teams saying, "Oh yeah, we've got 100%." Yeah, there are a few teams that actually do, but very few. But I'd be interested to learn the exact statistics of how many people are being stung and how many people are being charged, and how many people go to prison, and how many people get probation, how many put on the SOR. Yeah, and all of that. But these statistics don't seem, they don't seem to be forthcoming. But then, that's me. Yeah, the whole gauge is now corrupt. It's turned into something which should never have happened. It's turned into a game of one-upmanship. When one of the first things that come out of Bentley's mouth is, I've been doing this for you and I've caught over 50. It's like, on what exactly? Oh, well, I think I'm going to try and cook myself a chicken steak. Just eat that because I need something to eat. And then I'm going to phone the police again. Power trips, yeah. And the stupid videos that they post up. It's almost as if you're about to sit down in a cinema and watch a movie. TikTok, we are coming. And all these graphics and all this. Oh, well, we're doing it for awareness. No, you're not. Oh, if it's something eye-catching, then they're treating it like a marketing operation. And that has been present for about 2.5 years. Where people have started, let's go and get some wristbands. Let's go and sell some hoodies. Let's do this. Let's do that. Then you had, some group in Northern Ireland setting up a GoFundMe page. We need decoy phones. Well, no, sorry, you don't. If you want a decoy phone, if you can't afford to do this, then don't do it. Don't ask people for money. This is something you don't even ask for a penny for. You do it because you want to do it, and you get the phones when you need to get the phones. You know what I mean? It ain't hard. Handing out the bloody begging bowl. So you can carry on with your power trip. I mean, I think it's disgusting. I think this place has absolutely gone rotten to the core. It is rotten to the core. And I can't sit in good conscience and support it any longer. At that, I'll catch you in a bit. Bye-bye. Yeah, and dramatising stings. All right, darlings. All right, the people that I know. Hope you're all right. Yeah, the rest of you, you know what you do. Yeah. And it involves boiling your head in something. Yeah, what's that all about? You need a DBS check. Oh, and then the funniest thing is they try and train a decoy. You can't train a decoy, I've always said it. You can't make a silk purse out of a sow's ear. You've got to study communication extremely closely, like I have. So at work, what did I do? I was a communicator. That's all I did. Salesman, communicator, bang. So yeah, I'm divorcing myself from that community as from now. That doesn't mean I'm stopping. Not in the least. The parable of the hare and the tortoise. The fable, Aesop's fable, the hare and the tortoise. I'd rather be the tortoise, because slow and steady does win the race.